Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in our Let's Play series. Last episode we built this windmill and all these plantations, and in the comments you suggested to build a blacksmith house in this village, so that's what we are going to do today. And I think a good place for the blacksmith house would be here next to our castle. There's a cool area here to build it. The golem's already here if we need some iron. I'm kidding, I'm not gonna kill you. So yeah, we're gonna build it here, but first I wanna do some headstone today. So let's go to Octuntlis. Here we are at Octuntlis. So yeah, if you don't know what Octuntlis is, it's a big octagon area here that we removed a bunch of water to build a bunch of farms here. And today we're gonna build our first farm. And also here we have a stronghold right down there. And I'm digging area here to build the beautiful room to go back to the end, but this is gonna be for another episode. I even just realized I did this octagon completely wrong. Looking on the top here is not a regular octagon. Yeah, my math was wrong. But yeah, what we're gonna work today is in this square here I dug. And yeah, we're gonna build our first farm here. That's gonna be a tree farm. It's a tree farm I designed, but it's very inspired in the tree farm by Ian X so far. The big difference is that Ian's farm uses a TNT duper, and in mine I'm gonna use the dispensers. And yeah, it's gonna be very expensive on the TNT side, like 2 TNT per tree. But I have a lot of gunpowder and a lot of sand, so for me it's not a problem. I don't think anyone's gonna want to build this farm because it consumes a lot of TNT, but just in case I'm gonna build with you guys, and in case you wanna build it too, you can just follow the video here. Okay, so I dug a 17 by 17 area because it's the size of the patterns I had here, but the farm itself, it's actually 13 by 11, so we're gonna have a few blocks left over. These blocks where I placed the honey blocks here, we are not going to use for the farm. And I have the materials here in my inventory. The first 2 rows here are exact numbers, and the third one is roughly estimated depending on where you want to hook up your chests. And the obsidian I think is actually 42, but it's safer to have a stack. And about 3 stacks of solid blocks. Okay, so this is gonna be the center of the farm for me. Roughly here is where we're gonna stand to place the saplings. So right here in the middle, you can go to the block before last, place a block, a torch, block on top, torch, another block, and then I'm gonna pillar up here, another torch. Now a dispenser, a torch on top of the dispenser, another block, a torch on top of that block, and then another dispenser. And you can remove these temporary blocks here. Just remember to leave this one. Okay, now where you have this block with the torch, place a repeater on 2 ticks. It's very important that it's on 2 ticks. Now place the observer there, and a stick piston in front of the observer like this, a block here, and a headstone torch here. Now place 2 repeaters on 4 ticks here, and 2 repeaters on 4 ticks pointing to that block that you have a torch, and place a headstone dust there. Now place a block here and a stick piston here. Now place a block behind this piston and a headstone dust on top of that block. Okay, now let's build the platform with the water where the drops will drop. So place a ice block on top of this, pack the ice on top of this block that's in front of the piston, and 4 more this way, and 4 more this way, and then another row of 9 blocks here, And then you can extend this by 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And close this with this other part of the ice. And fill everything with blocks. Okay, now after filling this platform with blocks, we're gonna make a ring around it. But first start by placing a block on top of this dust and a pressure plate so you can see where it is. And the other 9 pressure plates place on top of this ice here. And now we can do a ring around here because we're gonna place water and we don't want the water to spill out. Okay, now place a temporary block here in front of that pressure plate and place a chain like this. You can break the block now. And then jump 2 blocks. On the third one, place a temporary block and place your dirt on top. And you can break the temporary block. And now we're gonna fill this side here with water. And then we're gonna place 1 water bucket here and 1 here. Okay, now I'm gonna place some hoppers here to automatically fill the dispensers. But you have to notice that the torches are locking the hoppers, so the first time you fill the dispensers with TNT, you're gonna have to come down here manually and fill. And if you don't want to place hoppers and you just wanna always come down here and fill the dispensers manually, you can do that too. So this is how I'm gonna do to place TNT here and automatically fill the dispensers there. And you can remove these 2 temporary blocks. Okay, now we're gonna place the obsidian. So place 3 obsidian like this in the center. And then place a temporary block here, another obsidian here. Same thing on the other side here. Okay, now you can go up with this pattern, but when you have the dispensers here, place a stair and then place 2 more obsidian blocks like this. And then you can keep going up. And again here in the other dispenser, place another stair, 2 obsidian blocks, and more obsidian here. As big as tall as you have blocks. In my case, I'm gonna place it all the way up here to make sure I'm protecting the hoppers in the chest here. And now you need to waterlog these stairs. So waterlog this one and waterlog this one. Okay, I finished decorating the farm here. And I placed the 2 shulker box of TNT in here. Didn't even fill the hoppers. Gonna have to go mine some sand later. But yeah, let's test the farm. And it worked with almost every tree except the mangrove. Mangrove, it's too big, but I think we can do some kind of concept close to this to farm mangrove. I might try someday. And yeah, of course, if you want to farm the nether trees, you have to change the dirt for nylon. And if you want to farm the dark oak, you have to change the dirt to a 4x4 dirt. So let's show how this works. You have to put the saplings in the off hand and the bone meal in the main hand. And when you step on this pressure plate, the clock will start and start dispensing TNT. So all you have to do is this. There. There you go. So yeah, as you can see, it pushes the drops here where you stand and you can grab everything. And for the birch, oak, spruce and jungle, it's pretty much the same thing. For the acacia, it's also the same thing, but sometimes the acacia grow leaves in that block there where the water is, where the obsidian is. And if you notice that, you might have to stop and manually remove those blocks because the TNT might not explode because the block is blocking the stairs there. And let's test the dark oak. For the dark oak, I like to not have the bone meal in my hand because you need to point far, right? And then you get the bone meal. This case it took a while because there was a birch log there. And you have to wait for 2 TNT to explode to get all the dark oak. As you can see, that was 1, 2, even 3 this time. Oh, and it was the wrong block. There we go. You have to be very fast with the dark oak. And for dark oak and acacia, you're gonna have a lot of the logs left over, and then you can just chop them down for the next tree. And you can remove the dirt here if you are not going to use it to farm dark oak anymore. In fact, let's try to farm some mushrooms now. So let's try to do this and bone meal. I have to be a little bit faster. There we go. I hope you guys liked the headstone today. Let's go back to building. I'm a builder, by the way. Okay, we are back here at the village, and you might notice that bamboo is different. So I did add some lanterns in the mushrooms and in the bamboo, and I placed the string on top, and I think it looks really cool like this. Let me know if maybe I should let some of them grow a little bit, like 2 or 3 blocks. But I really like this way. This way you can inside the bamboo here without any problems, and also looks really cool from the top. Yeah, that's how it looks at night. Now I think it looks better because before this was the only dark area. Now everything is bright. So yeah, I'm gonna start building here and I will be back soon. Okay, I'm back here and I did some building. Let's see how it looks. And yeah, I really like how it's looking so far. Of course, we still need to add a lot of stuff. There's gonna be a forge. On the reference picture, the forge is in this corner here, and there is a chimney. But I'm thinking about making it on the center. I think it looks better. And yeah, I really like these windows I come up with. It took a while. Had to build and rebuild a bunch of windows until I came up with this. Maybe the bricks don't look really well together. We have more windows on this side, and there is one window here, and there is those smaller windows. I might add the windows in this outside part here, maybe. I'm still debating. And yeah, we have this cool staircase here to the center, or to the inside here. Let's try to see the ceiling, or the roof. Yeah, for the roof I use the mostly basalt and smooth basalt, and this stripped the dark oak and some dark oak stairs. And I used also these cobble deep slate fences and the dark oak fences. So I will do that and build more interior details, and I will come back with you guys in a second. Okay, I'm back here, and as you can see, I brought the villagers to the beds here. I decorated the inside, placed some lanterns here, some candles, flower pots, some bookshelves, all that kind of stuff. I guess this guy now works here. This is an empty bookshelf, not a loom. So yeah, this is the interior of the house here. And the exterior, there we go. Here's all the working stations for the villagers, some armor stands, anvils, some tool racks, some other working stations here, more armor stands, some raw blocks, buckets of lava, and here's our forge, a bell there in the forge, some coal, and I did do a window here with these chains, and I placed this stuff on top of the cauldrons here just to make sure the villagers are not gonna step inside there. And as you can see, we have a bunch of ores here, and I did these carts that maybe it's what the villagers use to carry the ores. And also I made a little entrance to a mine shaft here, so maybe this is where the villagers mine and come here, bring the ores to the forge. And I even did a little bit of fun headstone stuff here. So if you get a raw iron here and you throw at the lava, it will give you a iron ingot. Yeah, here's the chimney from the forge, the ores, the mine shaft. So I'm really happy how it looks. Of course, we still have to do a lot of landscaping, but I think I will build all the villager houses and then we do the landscape later. So tell me in the comments which villager profession we should do next. But yeah, I also decorated the tree farm we built today, so let's go back to Octantlis and see the tree farm. Okay, we are back to Octantlis and I fixed the hexagon here. If you wanna know, it's 33 blocks in the axis here, and in the diagonal it's 23 blocks. So now it's more like a regular hexagon. And that's our tree farm, that's the decoration I did. Using prismarine and the quartz pillars, white glass, some of the copper, the oxidized copper. And yeah, there is a few leftovers here because I actually did a bunch of tests. I farmed every type of tree for 5 minutes, except the mangrove, of course, because this farm doesn't farm mangrove, like I said. And we use about 2 stacks and 48 of TNT in 5 minutes for every type of tree because it's on the clock there. So it's the same time for all the tree types. The bone meal varies a little bit, like birch and jungle use the 5 stacks, oak, spruce and acacia about 6 stacks, and dark oak and the nether trees it's about 3 stacks in 5 minutes. So these ones that are ready, it's the trees I don't recommend using on this farm. Birch and oak, I already have farms in the end that are better TNT wise. Maybe they spend a little bit more of bone meal, but I don't think it's worth getting 6 stacks of birch or 5 stacks of oak just for almost 3 stacks of TNT. And by the way, we did got way less oak because at some point one of the big oak trees grew and the leaves were blocking the water there, the stairs. So pretty much the TNT would explode inside the waterlogged stairs and didn't break the leaves. And that also happened to acacia, but we got a lot of acacia here, almost 8 stacks. So I think, and we also got profit on the saplings. We made 13 more saplings. So I think I use the yellow here to represent that maybe if we change a little bit the farm, it's usable. We just need to change where the second TNT, the TNT on top there it is, maybe put one block behind or a few blocks above to make sure the leaves don't grow in there. The dark oak saplings I also put yellow because we lose a lot of saplings. But if we position the TNT a little bit higher, maybe we get more leaves and don't lose that many saplings. But yeah, we got almost 10 stacks of dark oak logs, so it's really great with dark oak, I think. And the nether trees I placed green because I think the way it is the farm, it's pretty much perfect. Because as you can see, we use about 3.5 stacks. And the reason why I used more here is because I got the trick to use this with the nether trees. So here's the trick. For example, now I have bone meal in slot 3 and the fungus in slot 4. So what I do is I go here, press 4, then press 3, and then I press 4 again, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. See? That's the trick I use for the fungus here for the nether trees. And yeah, in 5 minutes for the nether trees, we got a full shulker with the wart blocks, and plus a little bit more, and about 6 stacks of wood and 1 stack of shroomlights. And for the crimson, same thing, about 6 stacks of wood and a little bit more than 1 stack of shroomlights. And I'm pretty sure that if we transform this into bone meal, we get more than the 3 stacks we used, so it's actually bone meal profitable. And we do lose the fungus, the saplings, but those are easily farmable with those shifting floor farms, which I do have one in the end. So I think it's a good farm for this type of trees. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this episode, and I see you in the next one. You don't want to miss the next one. It's gonna blow your mind. Bye!